All right, another episode of Sound Culture, and we're going to be talking about
Adele, 25.
It's going to be a good album to talk about because this album won a ton of awards.
Critically
so obviously
acclaimed.
it's super important, but we'll be the ones to judge.
Hello.
All right, we're back for another episode of Sound Culture, the show where we give you recommendations on albums you should listen to. I'm Tim.
I'm Brendan.
And today we're talking about Adele's
25.
This is her third album. She produced it in 2013 and then actually released in 2015. So she was 25 when the album was made or started to be made.
Yeah. And, and she's a perfectionist too. She worked really hard on this, and then you were saying before she ended up re-recording some of the tracks, right?
Yeah.
Just a couple.
Yeah, actually
like the whole album.
The whole album.
Yeah.
So the only song from the album that actually made it through both cuts was Remedy. Mm-hmm. So originally the album was recorded with the intention of talking about motherhood because Adele was a newly minted mother at the time. And unfortunately, I don't know if it was the producers or the label itself.
Somebody who was
But somebody at Columbia was like, listen, Adele, we don't think this is quite your sound, so maybe go back to the studio, take some time with it, really sit with it.
Really find yourself. This is a musical intervention, Adele.
And so she came back and she wrote an album about making up. So not breaking up, making up.
Yeah, relationships in general, I was saying,
Yeah, so about the passage of time, about how breakups affect you, how being in love affects you, all these different things. It's really an album about finding yourself.
Yeah, and I think she's got great vocals, and she's got a lot of feeling, and there's a lot of range and dynamics in the songs. Like, for example, you were talking about Remedy earlier. It's very slow, gentle piano and vocals, and it's got a lot of feeling. But then, right after that comes Water Under the Bridge, and that's received huge critical acclaim, and that's just one of the many releases off here. Like, she's seen a lot of success from this album.
Yeah, so she got 4 Brit Awards.
Yeah, and 5 Billboard Awards. Right?
And 5 Grammy Awards.
Yeah,
so
5 Grammys. That's crazy.
That's fairly uncommon.
Yeah.
It's a soul and pop and R&B album. So as Brendan alluded, she's a great pianist. She loves to play with the ivories. So it's got a lot of that orchestral swell to it. It's very like an amphitheater. Like it's very deep and resonant in terms of a production quality.
Yeah, absolutely. And one band I find that's kind of similar is Bonobo, because they have kind of an electronic feel. And I was saying, like, some songs have piano in them, and then some are more upbeat and more poppy and whatnot. And Bonobo, same thing. They have a really talented female vocalist in it, and it's got a really cool, laid-back feel to it. And I found it kind of similar.
Yeah. Other artists on the same label that Adele's on was David Bowie and Mariah Carey and Pharrell and Beyonce. So that she's in good standing. Again, this is her third studio album. She hasn't released one in a few years, so probably she'll have another one.
She's still on the radio all day, every day, Sonic, and she's all over the place. Yeah. So, but definitely her best album, I would say. Yeah. It's got the most critical acclaim.
Yeah, and another thing that I really like about this album is that it actually feels cohesive. So despite the fact we were kind of ribbing about the fact that it took her forever to make it, I think it's a good demonstration of the fact that she spends a lot of time with her albums and spends a lot of time really crafting the sound of the music.
Yeah, I've heard she's a real perfectionist, and that just goes to show that it's true. Yeah.
On top of that, it was originally supposed to be an album about motherhood, as I mentioned, but it was actually said, and I can't remember if she said it herself, but someone said that it was too boring. So that's why it transitioned, is because it wasn't just the fact that no one liked it.
It was a little too slow. And
she's already a very, very slow sounding artist, right?
Definitely. I'd love to hear the tracks that didn't make the cut, that were too slow, and to see where the intervention came from.
Obviously, Hello is a great track that was released as a single, and When We Were Young, and you mentioned Water Under the Bridge. Send My Love is another one that's really good. I really like The River Lee, to be honest. I think that's probably one of the best tracks on the album. But Remedy's good too.
Yeah, really good.
There's
Like
lots of...
a range of really soft and a range of electronic dance music and stuff like that. And I think, I mean, there's a good reason that she's won so many awards. Is there was a lot of effort put into this, and is the right song at the right time when they released it, and it just exploded. They're doing so well.
Similar artists to Adele that you might want to listen to are Amy Winehouse, Ellie Goulding. You could also try Norah Jones or Lorde.
Yeah, totally.
Who else? Alicia Keys.
Yeah.
So
Definitely
that said,
check it out.
I think it's worth checking out. Like and share the video if you enjoyed.
Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed it, and check out the other videos too. We got lots of album reviews.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, I think it runs across all belief systems.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
People think they know more. Okay, so this is another 2015 album. Did you know that her full name is Adele Laurie Blue Adkins?
Blue?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to mention that. That's great.